it wasn't a stupid conversation.
Right.
Too soon. Too soon.
Right. You know one thing on both sides of the football, at minimum.
The left tackle played bad. The right tackle.
Wait.
Welcome, everyone, to the show that the pros watch. I'm James Brown. Yes, I know there's a lot of stuff that we got to get to, but why are you so upset with Phil before we even get started?
JB, they record us every week.
Meaning the show itself.
Yeah, the show itself.
Right.
He has this device over there.
Right.
So I say, Phil, what you using the device for? I need to record myself.
Why?
So what did you mean? What you mean you need to record you? I need to hear what I'm saying. Now look, he don't even know how to push play or stop. But this is what we're going to take time to do.
Well, here's what it really is.
Tell me what it is.
It's a noise meter. So you should be talking around 60. Your average, as I just looked at it, was that of a chainsaw. It was a 90. So there you go. So now what do you got to say there? Hey,
Sugar. Hey, folks, big
wait.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
You came off as a chainsaw.
Hey, look, big picture notes. Sugar, what did you learn?
Yeah, what did I learn? I think when we start watching all the protocols with the testing, I think we're going to have to find out.
For COVID?
Yeah, like what we can do now for later, right? Because later, you're talking about if you can't back up the playoffs that many times, right? You can't. What happens if a star player or two star players, right? What are we going to do? We're going to cancel those games. So I think leadership is at its all-time high right now, and young players and people understanding how serious and crucial.
What would you do with the young guys?
It's simple for me. Like, it's simple for me. I did it before the COVID even came around, right? And that was gathering all these guys together so they can understand how big the mission really is,
right?
And not worry about themselves selfishly.
Yeah, for me, I learned two things. Number one, fewest penalties per game in 46 years. It's good to turn on the tube on Sunday and watch just a clean game. I wouldn't call it clean, but just the refs letting the players play, so that's fun. The second thing I learned, you can teach an old dog new tricks. Drew Brees. I crushed Drew Brees. I said that they were done because without 13, they can't. He's uncomfortable throwing it to a different wide receiver. You look over the last 3 years, he's thrown it to Michael Thomas 50% of the time when he drops back. And last night, he finally let it rip, throwing it to Emmanuel Sanders. Emmanuel Sanders looked great. He looked like the Emmanuel Sanders of the Pittsburgh Steelers, his route running, his speed, how his burst off the ball. Drew Brees, if he can lean into that when Michael Thomas come back, they can have a balanced offense because you know this defense is going to turn it around like they have the last 3 years.
Yeah, that's really well said, Brandon. You know, a couple of things caught my attention this weekend is, one, the Carolina Panthers. Matt Rule comes in. They disassemble the team. They get rid of all the players. They draft nothing but defensive players, and you watch them play all 5 games. They've been very competitive. They're 3-2. Teddy Bridgewater's playing awesome. I said, let me see this Joe Brady, the coordinator from LSU College. Just see how it works in the pros. Okay, works pretty good. He's doing a great job. The Kansas City Chiefs. People are understanding more and more how to play them. 3-man rush, stay in zone, watch him, all this stuff. And, of course, you try to control the ball. The Raiders did it. The Raiders showed some toughness, running the football.
Yes.
And Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator for Kansas City, is going to do what? He's going to blitz sooner or later. Absolutely. And the Raiders hit it to get it.
And one of the biggest things, because I wanted to kind of hit on that quickly, right? That's one thing about any high-powered offense like that. The best formula for them is keep them on the sideline.
Yes.
And that's what Josh Jacobs did. But I wanted to jump on something. The AFC North, for the first time, 4-0, Pittsburgh Steelers.
Yes.
4-1, Cleveland Browns. 4-1, Baltimore Ravens.
Yeah.
There's always been a 2-team race.
Yes.
The truth will come down to can Cleveland finally beat Pittsburgh.
Coach Kevin Stefanski doing a
great job.
Yes.
Hey,
by the way,
he put a scheme to fit the talent. You know, I'll get back to this later. The other thing is,
you modulated. You modulated down.
Yeah, you did. And this, I got these from our man Brandon Marshall. He goes, look, these green match. Oh, that's right. You play for the Giants.
I want you to know.
Pray for him, Phil.
No,
Oh my gosh.
I want you to know.
Time to end the segment.
No,
the best team in New York is.
In the segment, JB. In the segment, we do not.
Which means he's taking these to Boomer aside some later on. Right?
Got me green
Unbelievable.
sneakers.
Hey,
Thank you,
folks,
Brandon.
as we've already noted, the gruesome Dak Prescott injury is the headline story of the week. And the Cowboys Hall of Famer, the great Michael Irvin, he'll join us in just a little bit to talk more about that Dak injury. But as always, you don't consider Playmaker great?
No, Playmaker is great. He's great.
He's greater than that device you got in your hand.
Hey, chainsaw.
We begin with the highlights. Here's your front row seat. Come here, Michael. Come here, Michael. Come here, Michael. Front row seat to the Jackson Show. The Baltimore Ravens, Lamar Jackson, mic'd up like Michael is for this segment coming up next. Go ahead. What's the
Way to do your thing, JB. Call it like a TISC.
Hey, folks, you know, the last time that Michael Irvin joined us here in the studio, that was a couple weeks ago, he was eating popcorn and celebrating a big Dallas Cowboys win. But sadly, this is a very different situation as his, and all of our focus is on Dak Prescott. And, Michael, I think America collectively reacted when they saw the injury. Here is a good guy, and we hated to see that. That which you guys dealt with all of your careers. Potential.
Yeah, it is. It's something you hate to see. And everywhere I've been since, it's all everybody's talked about, you know, and I'm praying for Dak. And Dak's such a great dude, man. I'm talking about a great dude. Everybody loves him. Everybody in the locker room. He gives himself up for everybody. And for reasons more than we will elaborate here on the show, I want Dak to be the Dallas Cowboys quarterback until he's not able to play football ever again. He's right for the position. With all that what's going on in our country, Dak's a little bit of everybody. And we get to see that, and he's controlling America's team. It's just a great message, I think. But it's sad to see. And I'm going to tell you something. I got to say this, guys. I felt for Dak. I prayed for Dak. Then I got angry with his representatives for not getting a deal done.
Right.
And when you start thinking about it, you start thinking about the difference between a $37 million contract, $40 million, $3 million a year over the next 4 or 5 years, $12 million. It's not worth that risk. And he had already risked it the year before, not signing an extension, went into the 1 year. He already risked it. Now he's made it out of it. This game is too dangerous. It's too dangerous, and we've all seen it, to let that guy go out there because you want to get a unprecedented contract to help your company as opposed to helping your client right now. Right. That I was very upset.
You guys relate to what he's saying with that?
Well, you know I do. Let me just say this. Dak had to stand up to his agent and go, I'm taking it. And they were so close to getting the contract done. He wanted 4 years, they wanted 5. That was the big deal.
Right.
And then he was going to settle for 5, but the money was about the same, $35 million a year, something like that. But he wanted the insurance that they would not franchise him after 5 years. And they couldn't do it because of salary cap. It's always about the salary cap. But Dak, look, I'm just going to say it real quick. He's going to be the Cowboy quarterback next year.
I hope
He's
so.
going to get the contract. The play is too good on the field. He's too good of a person. All those things. So
You're confident in his recovery and being able to get back to the.
But even
yes, absolutely that, and he's going to be part of the Cowboy franchise.
Recovers great, and right now, if somebody steps in and take off, and not saying it's impossible. I know how difficult it is with all the injuries that are going on with the Cowboys. But if somebody takes off, that can't be assured that Dak, when you get back, you're going to be able to get that range. So it is at risk.
But here's the main thing when I look at this situation that I really want to talk about: the franchise tag. The franchise tag was created in good faith. The franchise tag was created for players, for the player and the team to sit down at the table and get a deal done. The general managers and the owners have used the franchise tag as a tool to take all the leverage away from the player. There's no reason that we need to have this franchise tag because we know how volatile the game is. So you're asking our players to take on all the risk in 1 year. It's not a good deal. The franchise tag was created in good faith and it's not being used.
Hey, let me just say this real quick because I want to get Ray in here. Ray, when we talk about a tag on Dak, but also the upbeat associated with Alex Smith in Washington.
Yeah. I mean, look, when Alex hit the field yesterday, I mean, look, I've had a lot of injuries, but to see him walk back on that field after what he went through, right? Every player that's sitting around this table felt that.
Yeah.
And I felt that because I'm sitting there saying, what? Like, people don't know, right? People don't know. They only watch the televisions. They don't know what men go through. They don't know what players actually endure. And one of the things about Dak, going all the way back to Dak, like, sooner or later, you have to ask yourself, and this is Dak, right, standing up to his representation. You have to ask yourself, what's more important, my legacy or money? I went through 4 contracts in Baltimore, and I wasn't negotiating where I was going to be, right? Yeah, well, this linebacker's making this and this. Okay, let him make that, right? I'm going to be able to do. Dak is one of the most incredible young men for this game, period. Just incredible energy this guy has. His spirit is just overwhelming. And I'm telling you, to see what he went through the other day, what his team should have done is say, how can we get the best deal for Dak?
But how much were you being paid at that?
Dak was not, and Dak or his representatives don't want to leave Dallas. Why not get the deal done?
That's fine. That's fine. But what should have happened was Dak should have held out and said, I'm not touching the field until y'all pay me what I
Well, that should have been a year ago, though.
That's what you meant.
Okay, but that's what Dak should have done. But we put these players in a position where we tell them, you know what, you got to show up because you got to be a great teammate. But at the end of the day, this is a business, and Dak should have never taken that field, and he should never went to camp to try to be a good guy until Jerry Jones stood up and paid him.
Which is
Phil, go ahead.
Yeah, you know, it's a big argument and a good argument. I want to say this about Alex Smith. Did everybody see that documentary on him, what he went through?
Yeah.
He's sitting there with his wife, whether are we going to take the leg off or not?
Oh, my God.
And I'm being honest.
Yeah.
When he got on the field Sunday, I had mixed emotions. I was like, I'm happy for him. Yeah. But, man, now all I'm sitting there is just watching, worrying about him, too.
And did you see Mrs. Smith in the stands as well, too? Every time he got hit, you know?
Yeah.
Look, I like to see him finish the season healthy and retire, because this is serious business. Is it not, fellas?
Yes.
It's serious. But if you want to continue to play, you got to let the man play.
Well, that's right. That's his decision.
Yeah.
No question.
Well, hey, I'm just speaking as a Joe fan. Hey, folks, along with the rest of the football community, we send our heartfelt best wishes to Dak Prescott, as we all indicated right now, for a speedy recovery.
Russell Wilson and the Seahawks fired up as Seattle begins the season 5-0, Michael, for the first time in their history. And I'm fired up always to host Sugar. Stay with me, Phil, and I need you to be quick. Really quick.
What we got?
Don't interrupt. Don't interrupt. Sugar grab bag. The people been asking for it. I walk through airports.
Really? What people are they?
What sugar grab bag?
You're in disguise. Wait, he's in disguise when he goes in the airport.
Yeah.
Nobody knows it's you.
Yeah, when I pull my thing to eat.
Oh, okay.
Are the Seahawks clearly the best team in the NFC?
Clearly not.
Clearly.
I think that's up to grab. The Seahawks are winning games. They're winning them close, last-minute comebacks.
Yep.
I'm not going to sit here and say they're clearly the best team in the NFC.
Brandon?
Yes, they are. I picked them to win the Super Bowl this year, so I'm going to continue to roll with them. We need to clean up some things on the defensive side, and we'll be fine.
And Brandon ain't lying. I thought when you picked him, I said, well, Brandon tripping. But he was not tripping because DK Metcalf is skyrocketing.
Yeah, me and Brandon.
I love him too.
Me and Brandon picked the Seahawks. I just want to
Wait, that's just not true.
That's just true.
No, it isn't.
It is. I got
Hold up,
the Ravens
where's
and the
your
Seahawks.
recorder thing
I'm done
at?
with you.
Let's go
I'm
to
done
the
with you.
recorder thing, see?
Can someone tell Tom Brady how many downs there are in football?
Hey, listen, there's not a quarterback alive that hasn't done that.
Really?
So you made that mistake?
I did it.
You made that mistake and put up 4 fingers like this?
No, I didn't do that. After the game was over, they go, wow, what a great throw there on 4th down. I went, and I go, yeah, it was 4th down. I didn't even know.
Yeah, but the problem is that you converted. He didn't.
Yeah, right.
I got away with it.
Yeah, you got away.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Good.
If Trevor Lawrence were available, would the Falcons draft him or stick with Matt Ryan?
It's a good question. Go ahead. What do you
Yo,
think?
No, I want to go to Brandon first. Don't you take off Phil. Go to Brandon first.
Yes.
Really?
Yes. I mean, come on, man. You Julio Jones. This is a tough one. I love you, Matt, but like it's time to move on. Like this team has underachieved for the past 5 years.
On defense. Go ahead, Michael. What
It's not just on defense.
Listen,
just on defense.
It will be one of the times if they did draft him and hold on to Matt Ryan for 1 year. It'd be only one of the times that I could say, okay, you can sit that rookie and let him learn because Matt Ryan still has great talent. And then that rookie can grow with Calvin Wrigley after Matt Ryan.
Atlanta cannot pass on Trevor Lawrence if they.
Where did he grow up? Where did Trevor Lawrence grow up?
Oh, right down
the street.
Right down the street.
That's right. So that's it. And listen.
That's why you get him.
They'll take him if they have that season to get the first pick. What will the Giants and Jets do if they have the first pick of the draft?
They'll take Trevor Lawrence.
Well, you answer the Giants and I answer the Jets.
I say this. I don't care who gets the first pick in the draft.
Taking Trevor Lawrence.
It's going to be hard not to take Trevor Lawrence.
Absolutely.
You don't want to answer.
No, thank you, guys.
Didn't I just answer it?
He sound like you with the Cowboys.
Next one. Cute picture, but do people really still wear jorts?
Jorts?
Oh, man, listen, get out of here.
Dude, I'm trying to get
you, though. We
can't. What I'm saying is, back in my day, you used to get away with that. But Michael, you can see the back of your hamstring. Playmaker.
What do you call them? Jorts.
Jorts. He ain't shorts.
We call them cut-off jeans.
They made him cool again.
Would you have played during this pandemic, or would you have opted out?
I would have played.
I would have played.
Ain't a question.
Ain't no question. We're all playing.
That's not even a question. Right?
Hey, I didn't have it. My wife go, you're playing. You'll be all right. Don't worry about it.
Michael, this is Michael and Phil. Why does Brandon think he can box?
Hold on.
Don't
hold on.
I know why. I know why. Because the big punching bag doesn't hit.
It don't hit back. Stop, man. You gotta stop. Why did you think you can box?
Why I think I can box? Because I can box. That's why. You look at the heavyweight division. I sit ringside with Steven Espinoza. You know, we go to the Barclays Center. I even sat ringside with Steven Espinoza in London to see Klitschko and also
what does that have to do with
Anthony.
fight?
And I saw it. I'm saying if these guys can do this in London in front of 150,000 people, I can do it. 100%.
Okay, let's move on, boy. You need.
He needs help.
I got holy oil for you. I'm bringing you holy oil. It's in my bag. What was your Chase Claypool? Listen, Phil.
What?
So rude. What was your Chase Claypool day like? The best single day you had?
The best single day I had? Well, the Super Bowl. Of course, 22 of 25, 2 drops. I mean, it should have been better than it was.
22. That's the first time I saw you.
Are we talking our rookie year now? That's our rookie year, though.
Yeah.
Well, I thought you said my career.
Okay, you got best.
My rookie year, well,
it wasn't good.
I won my first 4 games I played in. My second game, I threw for over 300 yards. So take that and
Michael,
let me give you mine. We were playing the Washington Redskins. Darryl Green started out on me, right?
And you never got open.
And he was, and I was like, oh my God, Darryl's covering me. I'm a rookie. Darryl gets hurt and goes off the field. I don't know who comes on the field. I went like 6 for 149 and 3 touchdowns. I tell everybody this story. My rookie year, I put it on Darryl Green. He left the game, but nobody knows that because they don't go watch the film. All they see is the stats. So I had.
All right, last question, because you would talk all day.
That was a bad answer.
That was a bad answer. That's so terrible.
Nobody knows.
We'll edit that out.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
Has Dwayne Haskins gotten a raw deal?
The reality is there's a lot of things he needs to work on. That's the reality.
Yeah.
You know, from a mindset standpoint and also from a physical standpoint. But I will say this, there was no offseason. There's a new offense. There's no preseason. And he didn't get the time to really dive into this playbook with his offensive coordinator.
So the answer is yes.
The answer is coaches, they do whatever they got to do to win football games, to give them the best chance. So they put him on the bench. That's the short answer.
Well, no, but
I just told you.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
He was not ready because of all the reasons you said, and they should have had enough in them to say, hey, he's not ready. That's why we brought Kyle Allen over and start with him. Now, it's one thing to get beat. It's another thing to be broken, and they're breaking that kid right now, and I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it either. Listen, thank you for joining Sugar Grab Bag. The people has been asking for it. It's time for more highlights. Here's Dan Quinn's last game as head coach of the Atlanta Falcons.
Ray, that's pretty good, right?
That was good, Ray.
That's pretty good.
You know, I'm telling you, Sugar rough now. You gotta get Sugar. You gotta let Sugar go.
Hey, so a career-high passing day for the Cardinals, Kyler Murray, but another woeful day, unfortunately, for the Jets, who Brandon thought you played for. Is that right?
Yeah, Brandon. He's really up on that football stuff.
And that can only mean one thing. Time for this week's edition of Dear Insiders. Dear Ray,
Oh, boy.
a.k.a. Sugar.
Y'all, somebody knows.
Like me,
Yes, sir.
you're a master motivator. So I'm hoping you can tell me, how would you rate my post-game speech? Give a listen.
Can you win the game in the first quarter? No. Can you win the game in the second quarter? No. Can you win the game in the third quarter? No. Can you win the game in the fourth quarter?
He must have gone. Hey, he went to the Ray Lewis School of Preaching.
He gonna need a back brace.
How would you rate that?
No, I tell you, man, like that's the energy, right, that he brings, and he's always brought.
Every day.
Every day.
Oh, yeah, it's unbelievable.
That's Pete. I'm telling you, it's so. And every time I went out there, it's the same energy. He's so consistent with it. But if you watch that team, how they came back,
It's
and
smart.
Listen, man,
Also.
and I'm telling you, that's what makes it so
It's
fun
smart.
to watch Seattle play football, because we all said it, right? Me and Michael said it earlier, right? You take that three. If that's Russell Wilson
Right.
going on the
Oh.
sideline,
You take that. Because you know Russell Wilson gonna do.
You know he gonna do what Russell Wilson does.
It's about being smarter. Y'all are so old. This is new football.
Oh, my God.
We look at numbers right now. We look at data, and when you look at the data, the numbers said that they had a 98 probability chance to win the game if they went for it. They had a 97.8 chance to win the game if they kicked.
But Michael, what did you say, Michael? Who was at the top? Who was at the top of the list?
Data doesn't show.
Russell
But
Wilson.
this time it's Russell Wilson.
Thank you.
Forget all that.
Thank
It's
you.
Russell Wilson. Kick this ball and let's go.
Brandon, Brandon and Phil, have you guys ever heard Michael or Ray preach? That's exactly what it looked like.
Oh, my gosh. Then I need earplugs. Boy,
But they smart.
you know what you're saying,
don't be
Michael?
disrespectful.
If it's Russell Wilson,
Yeah.
then he's going to score and get the 2 points to tie it up. So why go for to make it 8?
At least I get a chance in overtime.
right.
See,
Well, wait. Hold on.
It
Sit
made
down.
me
Sit
go
down.
home. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm
Did you-
sorry.
He said, Michael.
All the running back had to do was run to the open hole. So,
all the running.
That's
And
it.
all the defense had
Wow.
to do
It was
stop
there.
Russell Wilson. All of that
Okay.
is impossible.
Kick the field.
But wait, here's
Hold
the last
tight.
thing.
Go
Go ahead.
I blew this at the top of the show.
Yes, you did.
I made mention of some outstanding veteran quarterbacks. Whose name did I leave off? And you said
You forget Aaron Rodgers, JB.
my bad.
JB.
You all right?
Aaron, I'm sorry.
You taking pills today? Took your box of pills.
Everybody got hey, JB.
I needed a pill. Go ahead.
Nobody's perfect.
Right. Okay, I hear you.
Ask Tom Brady. You forgot like Tom Brady. It's all good, baby.
Tom Brady say, Phil, Tom Brady say, I still got one more.
That's it for us, hey folks.
my
Thanks
God.
all of you for watching. We'll see you next week on Inside the NFL. Hey, you know what? And always listen to Sugar right here on
Showtime.
Even though Brandon says Sugar doesn't know much about football.
Give me one more. One more.